Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while since summer, but in the meantime, I have built the exterior of the tiny house. So it's been about 3 or 4 months of work getting it to this stage. I had to have a friend come over and help put up the walls because originally I made them prefab in my garage. Everything else was moved out to the driveway to construct. It's been a lot of work, and there's so many little things to go into making a water-sealed exterior that looks good, that feels good, and that will be transportable. So I'm going to take you through everything I've done on the exterior and give you a sense of where we're at. So let's get to it.
Be so good. feels so good. Feels so good.
All right, to start with, let's go back to the door. If you've been following my build in my last video, you saw that the door did not have these black ridgings. I just wasn't quite satisfied with the way the plain door was looking, and there were some cracks in it that I wanted to cover up somehow. So I decided to just etch out these lines and then fill them with black epoxy, and I think the overall effect is pretty cool. This is also an out-swinging door. I'm not going to show you inside because stuff's in there, and that's for the next video. But it's an out-swinging door. The hinges are security hinges, so they can't be popped off the top. It also has this edging around it, so the door can't be easily pried out. So it's pretty safe and effective, and I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with break-ins with this door. For the siding, I've used some forest green steel corrugated siding, roofing, and some gables as well to make clean edges. This stuff is awesome. It kind of makes the house a bit fireproof as well. It holds up to the rain great. It looks amazing. Whenever I'm in a forested area or something, the whole house is going to blend in with the tree line too, so it's not going to be obvious or obstructive. So I think that's going to be a really amazing thing. So the doorknob and the lock are both from Kwikset, so these are really great to use because it's easy to rekey these yourself, so you can get all your keys being on the same one. I have thought about doing a smart key entry, but there are some you can also stick on to the inside that'll unlock the door and stuff when you get home and your phone's close to it, so I might install that later, but for now, we're just going with good old analog keys. All right, so I'm really loving the color of the green, as well as the windows were originally white, so I used some spray paint that adheres to vinyl and sprayed those all along the edges, so it also matches the trailer. The trailer is sprayed in this stuff called Raptor liner, which is originally used for truck beds, but it can be used for so many different applications. So I sanded down the metal, I applied a first primer to it that helps any kind of spray paint stick to aluminum, and then I sprayed the whole thing in Raptor liner. So this stuff is tough and durable. It'll take all kinds of road abuse, and it gets rid of that silver color so that the black aesthetic kind of just ties the whole house in together, and I think it looks pretty awesome. Down here we have the port for all of my gray water that's going to be out of house. Again, I'm using a composting toilet, so I won't have black water, so I just needed one port. And yeah, this works great. This is a Volterra RV hookup port, so it can hook with any kind of RV lines or stuff. So if I'm at a place which has regular RV hookups, this will just hook in line and I have no problem. Otherwise, I will have a waste tank underneath the trailer that is on wheels. I can just pull it out, empty it whenever I need, and easy peasy. I'm pretty proud of these window ideas because the window juts out a little bit even with the trimming, and so I was trying to find a way to put shutters in the tiny house because I definitely don't want rocks from the road breaking my windows. So I came up with this idea to have them raised slightly out from the edge line, and then they just fold interior based on some hinges. And the really cool thing is here on the bottom edges I have strong industrial grade magnets that just clip on to these metal lining pieces, both top and bottom, and that way it keeps the window shutters closed, even if there's strong winds or anything. I'm also going to put latches on the outside to make sure they stay closed and locked whenever I'm in an area that I do want that. Alright, next I'm bringing you around to the front of the trailer. Up here I have my front utility box, which is going to house all my tools and also my propane tanks and all that cool stuff. Again, we have the same shutters on the windows up here that just fold open, black trimming around. So I don't have the same gables up here as I do on the sides, just because it didn't fit quite with the utility box. They were too big. So I just got some half-inch aluminum gables from Home Depot that come along these, and I also trimmed these out in the same Raptor liner that's around the trailer, just to tie in more of that black color into the trailer. Here at the front, I have my 30 amp power inlet, so whenever I'm at a place with shore power, or I'm at somebody's house and I can just hook into their regular outlets on the side of their house, that can all be done through here. Over here, I have my water inlet for city water. It has a pressure gauge inside of it, so it keeps it from destroying all my pipes as well. So whenever I'm at a place that has shore water as well, I can just hook that straight in here. And then under it, this is a water line going straight to my onboard 30-gallon water tank. So whenever I am off-grid and I just want to fill up from a big water bottle or something out here, I can just hook that into here. So I'm just going to give you a peek inside my utility box here. It's not fitted out yet. It doesn't have most of the fittings yet, but up here we have an industrial lock, which this is such a thin door, it won't keep people from really prying it off if they try, but this will keep most regulars who are not trying to make a lot of noise out of my utility box. So in here, we have both a gas line and the power outlet right here. So this box is going to have a bunch of shelves up here, and I'm also going to put some lining in on the sides down here just to make it look nice, and all of my tools should fit in here. So that should be pretty awesome. Finally, the last thing on the front is this tankless water heater exhaust pipe. My tankless water heater is going under my bed, though there will be some vents at the top of the bed, so it can get air. But for all of the exhaust needs, that is coming through this port. And yeah, this stuff is also outlined in Raptor Liner, which Raptor Liner is extremely heat tolerant, so there should be no problems with that. And yeah, pretty simple. All right, down here under the wheel well, you can also see this black line, which has been painted over. It connects directly to the trailer down there, metal on metal, and that is actually for my grounding wire for my main electric box, which is housed just right up around here. If we go to the front as well, you see another grounding line right here coming from the utility box. And inside the utility box, that grounding wire is coming up, and that's going to situate on this gas inlet pipe. That way, if there's a lightning strike or anything like that, the pipe won't be harmed. All right, for the final side of the house, we have another window. Again, same mechanism as, well, these actually hold them on pretty good. But same mechanism, they open up, they have the same magnet at the bottom that keeps them closed when needed. I'm gonna put latches on all of them, so that still has to be done. But the other thing on this side is back here, I have the vent for my bathroom. So this is just your standard like heater vent for dryers and that sort of thing, and it's been painted black to keep with the aesthetic of the house. But yeah, everything's pretty simple on this side. All right, well, that's everything that I've done on the exterior of the tiny house. Next stage is getting started on all of the electrical, the plumbing, the gas, and also the solar, all wired into the house and ready to go. I will have that video out in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned to that. If you want to go ahead and see where I'm at in the build, because I have already started on some of the interior stuff, make sure to check out my Instagram, which my handle is boywithwanderlust. Also check out my blog at boywithwanderlust.com for full breakdowns of how I'm doing all the build on the tiny house, what materials I'm using, what tools I'm using, and how to go about it. Until then, that's a wrap.